Hey guys, welcome to the 2016 Great Cheeseburger Morpher debate. We're here with Greg from Bandai America.
Greetings.
Hello, Greg.
Hello there.
So I guess Greg's going to be kind of sitting in and I guess moderating, would you say, or?
Maybe an impartial judge. A couple of months back, I remember Daryl and DJ got into it over the viability of the cheeseburger morpher from the Gold Ranger in Ninja, and whether or not that would make it to U.S. shores, either on screens or on toy shelves.
Oh, so there's a possibility it could be a toy and just not the show?
He's already trying to corner me into answers here.
I'm just asking.
Basically, we'll take any kind of information, reactions, strong, passionate opinions, and we'll bring it back to the office, and Saban and Bandai can take this information, potentially do something or nothing with it.
So far, the first Morpher has already been changed. So does that mean they're going to stick with the second Morpher? Are they going to change it? Well, let's meet our debaters. We've got Daryl and DJ. Let's go to them now.
Hello, my name is DJ from Power Rangers Traders, Buyers and Sellers on Facebook and that hashtag show on YouTube. And I'm here to tell you today, there will be no Morpher Burger.
I'm Daryl, aka the Grandmaster Ranger and the official Power Morphicon representative, and I'm here to tell you that as an American for America who has served America, we are getting that Burger Morpher. America. DJ, I'm a big fan of your work. I mean, you handle your group so well. I mean, you know your toys, which is why I'm so confused. I mean, look at this. This is the greatest, one of the best morphers I've ever seen. This is the Gold Ranger Morpher, the Hamburger Morpher. I don't get why you think this isn't going to happen in Ninja Steel. Explain why this is going to happen.
First of all, I'd like to thank you for joining me tonight, Daryl.
Of course.
Grandmaster Ranger, I'm also a fan.
Thank you.
I also like to thank Greg from Bandai for joining us today. Thank you, Greg.
Yeah, Greg, you're the best.
And the fine folks over at MMPRtoys for hosting this so-called debate. The reason why I say debate with air quotes is because it's a burger, man.
I know.
I love America. I love my burgers. I love to eat them, sometimes nestle them, and sometimes, you know, just dream about them. They're one of the greatest food inventions ever known to my stomach. And that's where burgers belong, in stomachs. This concoction, even though it worked very well in the Ninja, will not make it to American Rangers because they know better. They already changed the primary morpher, as we know. Why do you think that is?
Okay, so they've changed the primary morpher for this series before, right?
Correct.
Okay. Tell me, has Bandai done that before? And do you remember how well it worked out?
They've done it before during Jungle Fury.
Mm-hmm. Any other series?
Where they changed the primary morpher?
Yes.
Enlighten me.
Well, I happen to have with me this lovely Samuraizer that America did. Not the amazing Shadow Phone, which could fold into a pin like the Japanese version. The very American Samuraizer.
Is this your example, sir?
Well.
Is this your example, sir?
Do you have a better one? Argue my point?
I do. It's called the Sushi Changer from Shinkenger. When brought to America, was changed into a regular flip phone for the Gold Ranger, also a 6 Ranger, because it's a food changer and they knew it.
But because the reception was so bad with the Gold Morpher and the Samuraizer, mind you, Bandai seems to be listening to their fans much more often when it comes to toy receptions.
And I know a lot of fans, shout out to Greg because he knows what the people wants. Greg for president. He knows that we are all saying that a burger morpher is absurd.
First of all, you should look at those advocates because they love the burger. Do you know how much I love the hamburger?
I know you love the hamburger. That's why we're debating.
I don't think you do. Let me go there for you, okay?
Did you whip out the burger?
You whipped out the burger, okay? I'm not wearing the helmet, I'm wearing the burger because I, as an American, love the Golden Burger Morpher, okay?
And I, as an American, want to preserve our burgers as our American food.
What would you have them change the Burger Morpher into?
I would have them change it into the guitar. Realistically, if you're going to change the primary morpher into a big shuriken, This one almost looks like a shuriken in the base of a guitar.
Because that's a practical thing a civilian would carry on them during America before they're gonna morph.
I would rather see a 6th Ranger whip out the guitar as opposed to, it's morphin' time, and whip out the burger.
The burger is the most practical thing an American would carry. As the new Gold Ranger, this should be what we have.
With that said, Bandai and Greg knows that the burger, as awesome as it is, should be left as a food and not as a morpher.
I'm not against the fact that Bandai took away the sword and changed it, okay? I like this sword. This sword goes good to my suit. But as you're about to whip out, the new morpher we have there, I like that.
Fits with the theme of ninja stars and having ninja steel shurikens, aka ninja stars. It makes sense, and this makes sense. This does not make sense.
How many cowboys do you know play electric guitars?
Plenty.
How many cowboys do you know eat burgers? Carry burgers with them. I know plenty of cowboys that carry burgers with them.
Sure.
Okay? Cows make burgers, and this is a cowboy ranger. You guys get me.
I tend to agree that cows do make burgers. They are not limited to just cows, but with that said, they are delicious and they need to be eaten, not morphed with. Thank you. America and all the fine people around the world supporting MMPR Toys, I love burgers. They've gotten me through many hard times. I love them so much I want them to remain my tasty morsels and not a morpher. They should be separated. They should remain separated. It was fine for Ninja. Ninja Steel, prepare for something new. Thank you.
Guys, for those of you who know me, on almost every single group page, I focus on the positive stuff when it comes to Power Rangers and the things they've got right. You're talking to the one guy who liked Samurai and who loved Super Mega Force. Saban has listened to you and fixed their mistakes. Bandai has listened to you and fixed their mistakes. They hear you out when it comes to the toys. I don't mind that they've changed the new Morpher from this into something else, okay? I don't want another Samuraizer. I know you don't want another Samuraizer. I don't want a guitar. I want a hamburger. Power Rangers is outrageous. It's crazy. It's cliche, but it's awesome. They learned that in Super Dino Charge, they're going to learn in Ninja Steel. Keep this. If we can have a blaster be our morpher, if we can have a blade be a morpher, why can't we have a burger be a morpher? I love America, I love hamburgers, and I love this fandom. Guys, fight with me on this one and keep the Gold Ranger's morpher a hamburger. This is the Grandmaster Ranger.
How do you think that went?
Wow, impassioned pleas on both sides of the aisle. I mean, this kind of debate, this is what makes politics such a wonderful and vital thing in our country.
Who do you think won?
Well, here's some more politics for you. I can't necessarily say right away who I think won. I think they both really
Both did a good job.
They did a fantastic job. They really tried to one-up each other with valid points, tapping into the fandom, tapping into even previous successes and mistakes in product executions and,
Right.
And on shelf and on show.
I really don't know where I stand.
Well, you're sitting first of all.
Well, that's
so
true.
Don't beat yourself up over that.
Yeah.
Be easy on yourself.
To burger or not to burger? What about you guys? They comment whether they vote for or against the burger.
Remember, it's not a popularity contest. They're both handsome, charming, witty guys. You're not voting on them, you're voting on their platform. It's not a popularity contest. What do you think about the cheeseburger, Morpher?
How many of you guys actually really feel strongly outside of just because that's what they did in the Ninja? And how many of you guys are just like, you know, I really love the Burger Morpher and I really think that they should do it, make a great toy. I really like how they used it on the show. And what do you think? I mean, the guitar could work too if it wasn't the Burger Morpher. Or could it be something new entirely?
Good points.
All right, I'm going to leave it up to you guys now. We thank Daryl and DJ. And Greg from Bandai, who's of course listening. Oh.
They're already reacting.
Oh.
They're fast.
They are fast.
Hey, be nice.
Hey.
Be
I
nice.
was just gonna say. I'm not repeating that. Are we gonna end here?
It's just the beginning, my friends.
This is just the beginning, but the end of this video. So we thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. I'll always be back soon with many good videos. Bandai is watching. Leave good comments. And good night.